r/AskReddit by Reddit and chill. What is your NSFW talent? I can cover my erect dong with my sack like a boner peerage. This is definitely a sentence that has to be a first. I'm a guy. Sometimes I can have 2 orgasms. One right after the other. And the second one hits like a truck. It's super rare. Though. You can fire each nut individually. I can have the sex 4 hours without finishing. Or I'll bust a nut right out the gate. There is no in between. I always wondered if I was alone there. Not me. But I remember as a kid reading a WWE WWF Kids magazine with Val Venis saying his secret talent was being able to balance a dozen donuts with no hands. I realized what that actually meant only about a half second after asking my mom how someone could even do that. I heard a funny joke somewhere as a kid and told it to my dad and grandpa at some family gathering. Realized right as I was saying the punchline what it meant. Basically a woman's hairy vagina. That gets replayed a lot when my brain decides it wants to watch a cringe compilation of myself. My grandpa laughed at least. Don't remember my pop's reaction. I bolted too fast. Reading this thread, it dawns on me that a shockingly large majority of you work at places where it is not safe to have sex. I can walk around a construction site with no hard hat on. And most of the time I survive. Most of the time. I can finish during sex then get right back at it within a minute. Still hard. And finish again. How? I can suck air into my ass. Had a buddy who could do that. Fart on command. He would ask the teacher to go to the bathroom and if they said no would fart uncontrollably until the teacher released the kid. I can fall asleep anytime. Anywhere. As a school bus driver. That's definitely not safe for work. Edit. Thanks for silver. For those asking. No. I'm not narcoleptic. Nor do I have sleep apnea. I've done a sleep study. I wasn't in the military. But I grew up in a big, noisy city with no air conditioning so had to sleep with windows cracked. I taught myself to fall asleep in any condition and now as an adult can fall asleep scary fast according to my wife. Chuckles I'm in danger. I can come in about 6 seconds. So can I but I'm female. I can poop without having a drop of urine leave my pee-pee. This is the least believable thing here NGL. I can attract the people I don't like and repel the ones I do like. I feel this in my soul. I can squirt jizz like across the room with sniper-like precision. Tough talk for someone within comfort distance. My pain tolerance goes up extremely when I'm horny. This helps a lot because I'm a masochist who likes nipple play. I believe they've done studies on this and apparently this is true about most people. To some degree. Something about putting one's hand in an ice bucket when aroused versus when not. I can suck my own dong. And no it does not feel like getting your dong sucked. It feels like sucking a dong colon. I always wondered about this. While I sometimes have a hard time getting wet, it is very easy to make me orgasm. My partner takes great joy in making me come with the slightest touch. Also I have no gag reflex. I had a girlfriend like that I would hot dog her for foreplay and she would come before I ever got to the deed. I have very active kidneys so I have a very strong pee stream and can pee about 20 feet. Damn man I measured 15 feet for me I thought I had something special until I started reading the comments. Impenetrable virginity. Smallest dong this side of the Mississippi. I hope we are on the same side. Legend has it that if I run fast enough without a bra on my boobs flap so quickly that I start flying. Quick question. Are you a dude? I don't actually gag if I, for instance, shove my finger down my throat. But I can still choke on food for some reason. Well gagging I think is usually a uvula thing, that little testicle way back in your mouth, compared to choking which is blockage of air. Edit. Thanks for gold and silver. My first time getting either and both of them are on my highest upvoted comment. I have a very hard time having an orgasm so I can basically duck forever. I'm married by the way and this is a curse at this point. Edit. RIP my inbox. I'm a male BTW. Thanks for the silver, kind stranger. Same. The shit part is when your partner consistently gets off but you don't as often, so they start to question themselves even though you know it's entirely just your own body that's the issue. Nothing they are doing. Having to reassure someone that you are in fact into them even when you don't always come gets difficult after a while. There is no limit to how many orgasms I can have in a session. I could roll on forever. It's an exhausting blessing. High score? I can massage my prostate via Kegels to the point of orgasm. I've genuinely never understood what Kegels are or how to do them. I can browse Reddit and look productive at the same time. Sucking my boss's dong. You're hired. I'm a guy and I can do some pretty good deep throat for some reason. I'm not gay and in fact I'm completely a virgin. But for some reason I found out that I can stick bananas down my throat and now I scar people by showing them. Have you measured how far? I can bust a nut with no hands. Edit. Guys, no, I don't use my mouth. Or anything like that, it's a technique, and thanks for the upvotes. Holy crap, this is the most upvotes I've gotten in a Taker SC of it. Cool. My husband can do that. I've watched him. He basically has an overactive imagination so much he can make his brain think he's actually being ducked. Basically fools the nerves. I can suck my own nipple. Big titty gang. Me too. Love being a guy. I can deep throat popsicles and don't really have a gag reflex. Sadly, I'm a straight, happily married man. Edit. Row. My most upvoted comment on Reddit is about me deep throating something. So many dudes are disappointed right now. Way to go. Sometimes, if the rhythm, angle, and stars are all aligned, my tits slap together to make the perfect, clear clapping sound. Big titty gang is the real deal. Edit 1. I'm a female. But don't doubt that there's a male out there with similar talents. A skill is a skill. Am I right? Edit 2. Never thought my milky whites would earn me a silver medal. Tie. Kind stranger. Time to sample that for a song. I can make my pee-pee small then big. Ah. A fellow grower. So unlike other guys, I can't boast about size, average. What can you do, or even really all that talented with my tongue? And my stamina is a joke. But my hand game. I've taught 30-year-old women how to come from the G-spot when they honestly thought they could only come from specific clitoral stimulation. And my hand stamina is fantastic. Years of IT and woodworking have honed the physical while I spent lonely years of solitude in high school getting off to erotic literature written by women going into great detail about what sensations they liked along with having a solo fingering fetish for a while. For a guy that can duck for all of 2 minutes with an average dong, I get hyped a lot about my sexual prowess for my hands alone. I can queef on demand. What about pay-per-view? I can make my wife come. Me too. I can have sex for hours and not come. First time I had sex I expected to last 20 seconds like everybody says. GF, and I had sex for at least 45 minutes and I didn't finish. Even tried anal and nothing. Legit cried because I thought I was gay and not attracted to women. Been with a few women and only stopped because I got tired or she came. To date I have only came with 5% of my partners. I talked to a few doctors about it and was told it was a mental emotional thing. Sure, it sounds great, but when the girl you love cries and says you can't come because you don't find me attractive is depressing. Go see a pelvic floor physical therapist. I have this. It's part mental and part physical. Stop jerking off or watching porn if you do. Men tense their pelvic floors really bad when they jerk themselves off, cause it feels good, and you get way too used to it. Physical therapy solved my problem. Now I can last really long but still come when I want to. PS. Relax and hold your breath when you want to come. And make sure your pelvic floor isn't tensed. You almost want to be pushing it out like you're pooping. Do not poop in the bed. OBTW, I also had multiple doctors tell me I couldn't do anything about it. Before the PA solved it. I can go 6 months without wanking or having sex. I can make chicks turn bone dry in an instant. Me too. Wonder Twins powers activate. I can have 15 plus orgasms in a row with no refractory period. They don't feel as great as the number gets higher, but I still think it's pretty cool. Everyone else is firing musket loaders and you're firing a Henry repeating rifle. If I thrust hard enough, my balls will make a clapping sound when it hits my buttocks. Every girlfriend I've ever has at some point told me to do the thing. Do the roar. If I laugh too hard or sneeze with a dildo in, I can send it flying across the room like a gooey, rubbery projectile. I've learned this after having playtime on the phone with my partner and laughing at my own jokes. I give rather fantastic blowjobs. I'm a cake decorator and use piping bags with my hands all day, so I'm very good at pressure control and working a coke just the right way. I also have gotten rather good at deep throating. My husband asks for them often and I love it. Talk about transferable skills. I can stand on a swivel chair to change a broken fluorescent tube. That is not safe for work, I guess. Ducking like and subscribe.